On today's video, we're going to give you everything you need to know about moving to the Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, North Carolina area. This is Chris Morton, real estate broker with the Morton Bradbury Real Estate Group in Raleigh, North Carolina. Without further ado, let's get started. So if you're someone who is looking into moving to the great state of North Carolina, you've probably read a good bit about the Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill Triangle area. The triangle encompasses many cities and towns. The meaning of the word triangle comes from the three major cities in the area, Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. And these form a triangle on the map. And while other cities such as Cary and Apex have exceeded the population of Chapel Hill, this video will focus on the original three cities that make up the triangle. This area is defined also by the three main universities in the area, Duke and Durham, UNC Chapel Hill, which is coincidentally in Chapel Hill, and NC State, which is in Raleigh. These three universities, along with several other amazing universities like Shaw, NC Central, and Meredith, really are the backbone of what makes the Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill area so successful, so dynamic, and so rapidly growing. In this video, we'll compare these three cities, Durham, Chapel Hill, and Raleigh, to help you decide which one you could see yourself moving to. But first, let's talk about the Triangle area as a whole. The Triangle Metro is made up of 14 different counties, 12 colleges and universities, and over 700 companies, including over 700 international companies. The Triangle is a hub for business up and down the East Coast due to the ease of travel in and out from Raleigh-Durham International Airport, also known as RDU. Job seekers from across the country are likely to find employment in this area because of our diverse corporate culture. The Triangle area has exceptionally rated schools, great festivals and events, amazing restaurants, plus quick access to the mountains and the beach, and so much more. And that's just part of what makes this area so appealing. Each season is beautiful in this area. Hot and sunny summers, springs full of colorful blooms, and intense fall foliage. There are countless walking paths throughout the area that weave through the woods, around parks, and even connecting the suburbs. You have Jordan Lake, Eno River State Park, and Falls Lake. These are all great areas to enjoy the outdoors by boating, swimming, paddleboarding, and hiking. So now that we've talked a little bit about the Triangle as a whole, let's talk about Raleigh, North Carolina specifically. So Raleigh is the capital of North Carolina, has a population close to 500,000 people. Raleigh is both historic and very fast growing. In fact, the city has seen massive growth over the past couple of years and is considered one of the fastest growing cities in all of America. Raleigh is also extremely diverse, which is something you can see in our restaurant scene. We have everything from Jamaican to Ethiopian to Thai to Indian and everywhere in between in our Raleigh food scene. The Wake County School District is also highly rated and very diverse. The student to teacher ratio sits at around 15:1, and the graduation rate from high school is 90%. Raleigh is also home to NC State, which brings plenty of life to the downtown area. Downtown Raleigh in particular has a lot to offer, from great restaurants to bars, activities, and historic sites. If you're looking for a delicious taste of Eastern North Carolina barbecue, look no further than Sam Jones Barbecue, which boasts a menu full of Southern charm and delicious flavors. Also downtown, there's the Boxcar Bar and Arcade. This is a lively bar, really popular with locals. It's full of classic arcade games and is a really great place to spend a Friday night with your friends. For a family-friendly outing, you can visit the North Carolina Museum of History, North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences, or the Marbles Kids Museum. Downtown boasts a beautiful historic district which makes for a scenic walk or drive. Whatever you're looking for, you can find it in downtown Raleigh. Now, please bear in mind, currently there is a lot of road work going on in Raleigh, and this of course can cause a lot of traffic snarls. Depending on where you're located and what time of the day it is, it can take anywhere between 20 and 40 minutes to get from the RDU airport from most parts of Raleigh. Next up, let's talk about Durham, North Carolina. Durham is the second largest city in the Triangle, and as a side note, when we talk about moving to Raleigh, we generally mean moving to the entire Triangle at large, including Durham. Even though they're very much different cities, they sort of get lumped together as one big area, as we talked about, called the Triangle. Durham, however, is a bustling city with a rich culture all its own. Durham is full of scholars and sports fanatics. It's a wonderful city with a mix of innovation and classic Southern charm. Durham also has a blooming job market, low unemployment rates, and plenty of activities to keep everyone busy. It has a relatively low cost of living compared to its neighboring cities, and the Durham United School District averages a 13-to-1 student-teacher ratio and has an 84% graduation rate. There's also plenty to keep kids and families busy outside of school. For example, the Durham Bulls minor league baseball team hosts plenty of family-friendly games and events. As well, the Museum of Life and Science, which is also in Durham, is an excellent place to go spend an entire day. As well, Durham is home to many incredible restaurants. There are many delicious places where you can find some amazing fine dining experiences. However, a local favorite is much more on the casual side. Dame's Chicken and Waffles is famous for its Southern cuisine, including chicken and waffles, mac and cheese, grits, and much, much more. It's 100% worth the visit if you ever find yourself hungry in Durham. Another attraction of Durham is the Duke University basketball team. It's widely regarded as one of the top basketball teams in the nation, along, of course, with UNC Chapel Hill. Duke's campus also has a beautiful chapel and backs up to the sprawling Duke Gardens. Duke Gardens is an extremely well-kept 55 acres of land full of local and exotic plants. There are many different specialized areas in the gardens to explore, and best of all, admission is free. And while Durham is a tech and medical juggernaut, it does have its drawbacks as well. It's not a very walkable city, and traffic can be extreme during rush hour. Depending on where you are in Durham, the drive to RDU Airport can be quite long. Next up, we'll discuss Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Chapel Hill is a charming and memorable city that contains many beautiful homes and a strong sense of community. Its nickname is the southern part of heaven, and this comes about because of the amazing lush foliage that blooms out, especially in the springtime. It's much smaller than the previous two cities, however, with roughly 61,000 residents. Chapel Hill is, however, a great city for job seekers, as many large companies have offices nearby. The bulk of the city's employers are businesses, schools, healthcare institutions, social services, and financial institutions. No matter your level of education or interest, you should easily be able to find employment in Chapel Hill. As well, the Chapel Hill Carver City School District has been ranked the '1 school district in North Carolina. The student-teacher ratio is 13-to-1, and their graduation rate is an astounding 94.5%. The food scene in Chapel Hill is admittedly heavily influenced by the large UNC college population. There are many cafes, breweries, and restaurants to fuel your days. Many of these can be found on historic Franklin Street. One local favorite is Time Out Restaurant. This 24-hour, 7-day-a-week Southern diner has been a staple of Chapel Hill since 1978. It offers pulled pork sandwiches, sweet potato pie, and an all-day breakfast menu. I can definitely attest that Time Out is an amazing place. I went there many, many evenings after going to entertainment areas of the libation variety, and their all-night biscuits were definitely good as a thing to consume after those libations. Franklin Street also hosts many festivals and a rowdy nightlife scene, as you can imagine, especially during sporting events like college basketball and college football. During the day, downtown Chapel Hill has something for everyone. The Ackland Art Museum displays a diverse portfolio of art, including African carvings, Asian wall screens, and European and American paintings. In addition, Kids Zoo Children's Museum is a fun stop for families with little ones. Housing in Chapel Hill is relatively expensive, which drives the cost of living in Chapel Hill to be much higher than in Raleigh or Durham. This is mainly due to the lack of supply and high demand to live in Chapel Hill. And by the way, the drive to RDU can take a little while as well, up to 25 minutes depending on your location in Chapel Hill and what the traffic is doing that day. And while there's plenty of pros to living in the Triangle area, there's a few cons to moving here as well. The heat and humidity in the summer can be brutal to those not used to the southern weather. There are occasional thunderstorms, hurricanes, and even snowstorms. This weather is rarely severe, but it should be taken into consideration when planning your move. If you're someone also who struggles with seasonal allergies, you should take note that in the spring and the fall, we get large amounts of pollen, so much so that you can see it covering cars and decks in thick layers for a couple of weeks each year. And so if you're thinking of moving to the Triangle area, Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill are 3 great options for you to consider. And my team and I would love to help you find your next home in the Triangle. You can email us at hello@mortonbradbury.com, click on the link in the description below, or give us a call on the number you see below. Check out this video. We think you're really going to like this one as well. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.